Well, welcome back to the Principal's Back to School virtual video. I am so sad that we couldn't meet in person, but I hope to give you some important information. Some of it will be new, some of it will be old reminders that will help us all have a successful year this year. Okay, so hang with me. There's a lot of information I've got to give to you, and it's not going to be the most exciting thing. This is not a Boosterthon video, so I'm not playing with prizes and doing silly things. It's just me giving you information. So hang with me, and thank you ahead of time for watching and taking note to those things that apply to you. Okay, so this video is not about Boosterthon, but I want to say, oh my word, how amazing, you guys. You're knocking it out of the park already, and we still have a week to go. So we're on the right track to have the best results ever. And just let me say that the special projects that we want to make happen for these kiddos are going to start as soon as Boosterthon's over. Last year, I had people sign up to be on various committees to make the kickball field happen, to make the walking track happen, all of that. I still have that list of names. So if you signed up last year, you're not off the hook. I still have your names. But I'm going to send that form out again after Boosterthon is over so that we can form those committees and get moving with the money that we raised to make these things happen for the kids. I am so excited about it. I know our kids are. And what's pretty cool is they're going to actually be able to see step by step the work going into making these things happen for them. I think that's pretty great. Our office hours are 7:30 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. If we work late to get some jobs done and some work done, we're not answering the phone or answering the door after 3:30 p.m. because our office hours are over. Work to be picked up for makeup work or remote work if your child is being quarantined will be in the tub out in the front lobby. The exterior door is always unlocked, so you can come at your convenience to pick that work up. So here's our schedule throughout the day. Our first bell rings at 7:30 a.m. That is the earliest that children can come in to enter the building in the morning because it's the earliest that I have supervision for them. At 7:45 bell, that's our birthday bell. We announce birthdays, and it's kind of our warning that in 5 minutes the tardy bell is going to ring. And then at 7:50 a.m. is our tardy bell. Now, getting out of the car rider line at 7:50 does not mean your child's on time. They're only on time if they are in their classroom ready to learn at 7:50 a.m. If they are not, then they are considered tardy. Now keep in mind, a tardy is a disruption not just for your child, but every child in that class because the teacher has to stop to start the day again when your kiddo comes in late. Our afternoon schedule is the following. At 2:12, the first bell rings. Our car riders are dismissed from their classrooms to come to the cafeteria to get organized, and also our preschoolers exit the building at that time. Then another bell rings at 2:15. That's kindergarten and first grade going out to buses. At 2:18, a third bell rings, and that's for second grade to go out to buses. And then at 2:20, all of third, fourth, and fifth grade are dismissed by the fourth bell to go to buses in the afternoon. Just a few car rider reminders. First of all, if you want to reduce exposure to other kids and possible exposure to COVID, you're welcome to change your kiddo from a bus rider to a car rider. We did not encourage or ask parents to do that this year, but if you're available to pick up or bring your child to school, please let us know that if you would like to change your child to a car rider. Now, car rider reminders. No passing in the lane. You are a single file lane of cars, and that allows you to pull all the way up so we can get 8 cars loaded in the afternoon and unloaded in the morning safely. Please display the car rider tags on your rearview mirror until your child is loaded into your car in the afternoon. We were not able to provide more than 3 of the tags per family. We produced, laminated, and provided 600 car tags for free. So we can't afford to do 6 and 7 per family, so you'll just have to switch out and share. But we tried to give as many as we could, and we've got all of them almost distributed at this time. Now, let me update you as far as COVID mitigation and our health plan is this year. Let me just make you aware of some things that are different this year versus last year. First of all, we are not doing temp checks at the door as students come in the mornings. That didn't prove beneficial last year. The fevers were not associated really with any of the illnesses that came about last year, so it was just counterproductive. So we are not doing that. We are requiring masks on the buses and while inside at school. Masks are not required while we are outside at recess or outside our school building. Just yesterday, a parent approached me worried because another school in another division nearby had closed down for a period of time due to COVID. So let me share with you how you can help us not have that happen. We want to stay open, and here's how you can help. Keep your kiddos at home. If they have any of the symptoms like runny nose, headache, cough, fever, nausea, vomiting, any of those new symptoms or any new symptoms arise, and if when in doubt, call Nurse Melinda. She'll help you out. But keep them home if they have any symptoms at all. Also, if any family member is awaiting a COVID test, your child needs to stay home until we get negative results of that test. So let me just sum it up really easily. Keep sick kids home so that well kids can stay in school. I realize it's a pain. It is. We're working parents. It's hard. But instead of getting upset with us, or especially my nurse, for doing her job and abiding by the guidelines, just help us out so that we can keep exposures to a minimum and stay open. We all want to stay open. I don't want your kids to go virtual. So do what you can to help us out, and we can make it through this together. From time to time, there will be menu changes in the cafeteria. We don't always know ahead of time when those are going to happen. Nationwide, they are struggling with shortages, either because of the shortage of a workforce or resources. But as soon as we know about a menu change, we will try to let you know by putting it on Facebook page and also emailing it out to teachers that they can send it on Remind. We will do the best we can, but we don't know 3 or 4 days out when that might change. We know that transportation may change for your child every now and then, and it may change in the middle of the day, but please do not email those changes to me, the office staff, or your teacher. You are relying on us being on our email in the middle of the day to retrieve those changes for you. Don't rely on that. Either send a note at the beginning of the day about a transportation change or call it in on the phone before 1:30. That is the only way to assure that the appropriate information gets through the appropriate channels. Now, you may be wondering why we require you to turn in all transportation changes or call them in prior to 1:30 in the afternoon. Well, keep watching. I would like to introduce to you the journey of a bus note. Okay, so I was going to do some fancy little fun video of a bus note running down the road to all these different stops, and quite honestly, I just don't have time to do it. So here's the journey of a bus note. So you write it in the morning before they leave home, put it in the child's folder. The child turns it into their teacher, and the teacher reads it, dates it, and initials it. Then all bus notes are sent to the office in the bus note envelope each morning. The office staff gets all the notes out, reads each one individually, clarifies with parents as needed, and initials and dates them. Then a copy is made of every note, and they're alphabetized by school from A to Z so that it's easy to find a note at the end of the day if there's a question. Then they are sent back to the classroom at 1:30 for the teachers to give out as they pack up, as they get ready to leave in the afternoon. And then the students take those notes either to car rider staff or to their bus drivers and give them to them as they board the bus. That is the long journey of a bus note. Hopefully that helped you understand why we need those changes prior to 1:30. There's a lot that goes into keeping 445 students going to the right place in the afternoon, especially when changes take place. Thank you for your help with that. Did you know that we have an attendance hotline? We sure do. It is 977-0478, and you can call that number 24/7 to report that your child will be absent, will be late, anything that you need for us to know about your child's attendance. We check that every morning, and make sure that the appropriate measures are taken for makeup work if you request it and that type of thing. So again, 977-0478. Classroom parties will be coordinated by the school nurse, the classroom teacher, and the homeroom parent, and the parent of children with significant allergies. Only store-bought food items will be permitted, so that there's an ingredient list to consult to make sure that that food is safe for the students in that classroom. Okay, so we have several students with significant food allergies, some of them that are life-threatening. And out of respect for them and concern for their health and safety, we do not allow any outside food to be brought in for birthdays. I'm sorry, you can have your birthday parties and cupcakes and all of that at home. We celebrate every child's birthday by a pencil and a sticker. And if you want to send in any non-food item for your teacher to share with your class, that is fine. But absolutely no outside food will be permitted in the classrooms for birthdays. Some of you have called the school office and said that you're not getting the automated phone calls or emails or texts that I'm sending out. Every time I send a message out, it's not always going through all three modes. But if you've had trouble signing up, I will send home a school messenger update form. If you complete that, I will, at my convenience, because it takes a lot of time, will go in and individually make sure your information is updated and in there so that you can receive messages. Again, you turn the form in, and each night I will do a few of them, log on, and update your individual information so that you are informed every time we send information out from the school. That's very important, and I'm willing to take that extra step. So look for that to come home next week. It'll be a school messenger update form.
Hey everybody, Mrs. Riggs here, and yes, I am using a significant filter today because I got rained on in the car ride line, so I look a lot better this way, so just enjoy it. So, for Boosterthon, we have people asking if your kiddos are in quarantine or sick and not able to be here during Boosterthon. There is a plan B. We will send out information so your kiddos can do it virtually, and you're welcome to post that on our Facebook page with our fun run pictures on Friday. So I will be sending something out so your kiddos don't miss out. They can absolutely still work and earn for their school. And just a reminder, we have 4 more states we need: South Dakota, North Dakota, Wyoming, and New Mexico. Who can help?